Doubts concerning the flow of time and the very nature of matter overwhelm you in Varanasi as nowhere else. Here one reaches the limits of the reasonable. Take all the elements that make up an Indian city, its temples, palaces, monuments, twisting narrow lanes, crooked houses, tiny shops, spider web-like electrical distribution. Throw it all into a large bag and then spread out the contents pell-mell over some 2 square kilometers along an immense ochre river, sacred from time immemorial. And this is Varanasi, also called Benares, the earth's oldest living city. In this astonishing context, in the midst of life, hot, muggy and restless, you will learn about an ancient tradition and the steps taken, beginning with a single silk thread and leading to the magnificent elaboration of fabrics that have clothed not only Maharajas, princesses and foreign kings, but also common men. For centuries in Varanasi, a Muslim guild has embroidered and weaved with no equal. But what of today? For millenniums, Varanasi has had a reputation for the finest weaving, exquisite designs and embroidery merited from the Mughal era. The quality of its silk fabrics is considered the most refined in the country and a must as a marriage gift. Whether the end product is a rich brocade enhanced with gold and silver thread for a Tibetan monastery, or a soft and colorful sari to grace an elegant woman, or a simple perfume scarf worn around the neck, the weaving process will nonetheless be the same. In the weaving communities of Varanasi, every small house, every street, every open space is taken up by men busy with kilometers of thread. The number of weavers is estimated today to be 150,000. For centuries, the traditional designs that embellish saris have been drawn on grid paper. For these drawings, a craftsman will make perforated cards, a kind of binary system, ancient precursor of the computer, that guides threads through the handloom according to the motif. Each card corresponds to a single line of weaving. Before the appearance of perforated cards, the system in use was based on threads assembled on small wooden frames. This method requires a second weaver whose role is to pick out the threads to be lifted in position so that the design will unravel itself as the weaver moves his shuttle. This system has one advantage. It allows enough flexibility to achieve a more complex design. There are very few craftsmen in Varanasi today who use this system. The sari's last but not least component is the zari. This is the golden thread, the determining element that gives saris their luxurious feel. To make zari, a pure silver ingot is melted and then machined in order to create a silver thread 30 microns in diameter. About 400 kilometers of thread can be made from 1 kilo of silver. The thread is then flattened so as to roll it around a silk thread that has been previously dyed. this thread is finally electroplated with gold. 1 kilo of finished product requires no less than the labor of 60 people spread over 22 days. Even after the weaving is done, the process is still not finished. Depending on the end product, further handling needs to take place. For example, cutting all the tiny threads left over from the weaving on the reverse side of the fabric to make it transparent and more supple. There is quality control, of course, and the ultimate finishing touch, folding. Despite appearances, for these disparate tasks to give shape to a sari, the weaving community needs to be organized. In fact, there is a highly structured hierarchy. First of all, we have the master weaver. In most cases, the master weaver provides the raw material and organizes the work for the weavers. He is at the topmost rung on a high and complex ladder system that ultimately reaches out to small weavers who are often working for bare sustenance, if there is work. Despite all their hard work and talent, the weavers of Varanasi are facing extremely difficult times.
The main problem of us weavers is the lack of support from the government. A bride is decorated in a Varanasi sari, but the weaver who makes the sari is naked and hungry. The zari has become very expensive and our product does not have any demand. We have to face prices rising up a lot. Right now, we are earning 30-35 rupees a day, which is less than the wages of a laborer picking up bricks at a construction site. Gradually, the number of looms in Varanasi has come down to 15% compared to old times. 85% of the weavers have quit the weaving industry, and still we don't get the market for our goods.
The sizzler and shutterless looms are manufacturing 500 to 600 meters a day, which are working in China. And hand loom can make a meter in a day. Therefore, we are facing very tough competition with China fabric. And unfortunately, we have no surplus silk yarn in India, and we are getting silk from China on high cost. We have very particular designs for saris only, but sari consuming is very less than earlier. Women are using the shirts, pants, jeans, skirts. So we have to diversify our product, and for that we need design and pattern of foreign taste.
Due to the enormity of this crisis, there are possibly 50,000 out-of-work weavers. Individuals and organizations have come forward to create work opportunities for these weavers so that they may practice their art and also live from it. The Danish company Bestseller, touched by the plight of this community, decided to place an order of 13,000 silk scarves as a New Year gift to their employees. These hand-woven scarves were made according to the same principles that are applied to sari making. The idea is to establish a collaboration with the weavers in order to bring them steady work, but also with the long-term objective to help them develop new designs and products more likely to be accepted by the European markets. By allowing their art to flourish, the weavers' community's self-confidence can also be re-established, a benefit to all.
I think the company which are working for these 13,000 stalls, if they give more business, more production, it will be very good for the weaver of Varanasi. I myself and from all community of the weaver of Varanasi, we thanks them. Thank you.